It's like she said, yeah, okay, there are some bad guys over here, there are whatever, but most of you are wonderful, despite the way society kicks you around.
That's all I have to say. Now these were all from what men? Now I am right now, my source where I'm looking up at this second right now is the National Today Calendar Day. And here it says the history of International Men's Day. In 1968, an American journalist named John wrote an editorial highlighting a lack of balance in the sovereign system, which promoted an International Women's Day for female workers, but failed to deliver a male counterpart. Harris stated that though he agreed there should be a day to celebrate women, the day served as a flaw within the communist system. In early 1990s, Thomas Oster, the director of Missouri Center for Men's Studies, invited organizations in the US, Australia, and Malta to hold small International Men's Day events during the month of February. Successfully hosted these events for 2 years. But in 1995, an attempt was poorly attended. He ceased plans to continue the function. In 1999, the day was revived from the University of West Indies. He realized that even though there was a day for fathers, there was no day to celebrate men who didn't have kids, who were young boys and teenagers. To understand the
Father's Day is barely celebrated. Everything's Mother's Day. And if you notice the history she's saying, they keep trying to celebrate men. And I think it doesn't work for two reasons. Number one, the obvious. Women are like, no, that's misogynistic. It means you hate us. Number two, men don't toot their own horns. They're not in it for the glory. They're not in it to be celebrated. The role of a father, the role of a husband, all of that, he's not looking to fill his ego. However, we have a big to-do with Women's History Month. We have a big to-do with Mother's Day. Weird. It's almost like one really likes to celebrate themselves more than the other. And the thing is, I think it's incumbent upon us women to celebrate you guys. You're not going to celebrate yourselves. We should celebrate you for everything you contribute to the world. For being the fathers that you are, for being the husbands that you are, for being the people that you are, for holding up the principles, for fighting for what's right. That's what is seriously lacking. That's why I wanted to show you this lovely woman.
Importance of positive male roles, as his father had been an excellent example for him and chose to celebrate International Men's Day on November 19th. International Men's Day has served to promote positive aspects of male identity based on the premise that men respond more constructively to positive role models than to negative gender stereotyping.
Yeah.
The day is not intended to compete with International Women's Day, but to
point that
highlight
out.
the importance of men's physical and mental health and positive masculinity. And the timeline is 1968, unequal communism. American journalist John wrote an editorial how the Sovereign Union celebrating International Women's Day but not having an International Men's Day went against common basic concepts in the communism. Now in 1993,
What?
Thomas Oster invited organizations to host Small Men's Day in the US, Australia, and Malta.
Okay.
In
She's rereading.
1999 was the revival of International Men's Day. Jerome from Trinidad revived International Men's Day in order to highlight positive male role models and the importance of men's health. So, anyone from Trinidad, please, I would love to know if you're from Trinidad, leave a comment. The next one is in 2009, Malta makes a change, who had still been celebrating International Men's Day in February, officially switched the date to be observed in November in order to be synchronized with the rest of the world. Okay, now here are some International Men's Day facts. Some highlights, interesting things here. 87% of men are rough sleepers. 73% of people who go missing that are male. Interesting. The percentage of suicide.
You would never know that. You would never know that that's men. That 73% of people who go missing are men. You know why? Nobody cares about men. It's always about the woman that's missing, this, that, and the other. I'm glad I paused it in the middle of this word she's about to say, because it's something YouTube does not like. Let me see if I can talk over it.
That are made by men are 76%.
76%.
7% are alcohol dependent. 8.7%, which means a lot of women are alcohol dependent. Men are
Shocking.
more cerebral, so they're
Cerebral.
able to make the switch faster.
Cerebral.
26% of men suffer from high cholesterol. They like their burgers. They like their hot dogs.
They do. They do. And we used to be the ones who fed them. And so it should be healthier for them. But, you know, they've got to grab fast food and whatever because we just don't have families.
Right. 76% of life, 76 years old is the life expectancy of a man in the United States. 22% of men who have experienced mental health problems in this last year. So, what I have to say when it comes to men, first and foremost, I believe a man plays a role in this world to make leadership. I'm trying to phrase this in such a way where the females don't get pissed off, because you know females are sensitive in this day and age. Okay, it's like, excuse me, since when are we supposed to be competing with men?
Thank you.
We don't compete with men. Women compete with women.
Right.
Men dominate. Okay, so now,
right.
Of course, any feminists that would hear me,
I know.
have an issue with that, but that's okay, because we're not here to all think the same, right? But what I do have to say is that without men, we wouldn't be where we are today. And men are so important in our daily lives because they have such a cerebral way of thinking. And
cerebral.
We as women, we have an emotional way of thinking. And
She's
if we want to put context and we want to put logic together, we always should run things by men because, again, they were given the mindset from birth on how to instruct psychologically in a logical way, not
She's right.
in an emotional way.
She's right.
I believe without men, we wouldn't be where we are today. And because 96% of all my followers are men, all I have to say is I love you. You guys are amazing. And I really enjoy being your imaginary girlfriend.
Okay. She takes a little far there in the end. I kind of understand. When you know what men go through and how they're treated, think about it inside when you are a woman that is more traditionally minded, like real traditional. I mean, like way back, you know, early 1800s, so to speak. When you see how they're treated, you just want to give them all a hug and say, I'm so sorry, and you are valued. So I'm thankful for that girl. I want to be friends with her. I believe that she believes what she's saying. And I think we need more of her and less Tommy Lawrence, Lauren, whatever.